back to the project live from Bondi, and we've hooked a big fish.
Ian Thorpe is our greatest ever Olympian, and 9 years ago, at the height of his career, he used his enormous popularity to create Ian Thorpe's Fountain for Youth, in the belief that all children should have a fair go. The foundation currently works with 22 remote Indigenous community schools, 2,500 kids and their families, ensuring that every child has access to education to ensure better health, hope and opportunity.
Please welcome the big fish, Ian Thorpe. Hello. Now, an amazing achievement. Like, what inspired you with this charity? What got it all started?
Well, I mean, I'd been doing a bit of charity work since I was quite young, and decided, I'd seen enough and decided I wanted to start my own charity. Really bad decision at the time because you don't realise what actually goes into a charity. But gradually we've built up, and starting in 2000, and now it's been 10 years, or coming up to 10 years, working in this area. Now, our focus is mostly within Indigenous communities in Australia.
So what's been the main impact you've seen with the charity?
Look, we've grown, we've developed programs. The biggest thing and the biggest change that's happened is actually moving over from looking outside of Australia and going, look, we'd like to help the world's neediest children, and realising that the world's neediest children also happen to be in Australia, which shocks a lot of people. And at first I didn't believe it. But then I went up to the communities and saw this kind of poverty that existed, and was very different to what I'd seen in Australia, and didn't believe that was happening in Australia, and then said, this is where our focus is going to be.
So you're up there, you're one of the things you do is build literacy in these communities. Why is literacy so important?
Well, we look at literacy and health in the same package. If you are illiterate, as one of the communities that we went in had 93% illiteracy when we went in there, and we felt that you need to build up health and education at the same time. They're both diseases of poverty. If you have a lack of understanding and a lack of knowledge in terms of education, you're not going to be able to read what people are saying and, the medical advice that people may receive. And so you actually limit people. And, this is before we even talk about people getting through school or getting jobs. This is, a really fundamental need that's needed in these communities.
Now, Andrew, you actually did you did your medical training up in the north.
I spent some time in an Aboriginal community up there. What you were saying about how there's this poverty and this plight in our country, it's like the health is like third world medicine, where there are diseases that I saw up there that we don't see in the rest of Australia, and it's quite amazing. And I was just saying one of the things that I took away from it was just how welcoming they are. Do you find that
it's incredible? This is what's so amazing. Is I look at the communities that we've had the pleasure of working in, and that's how it feels. It's a pleasure to work alongside these people, and they get a kick out of it. But they're welcoming. They want to share all of their knowledge of what they know, and you're trying to help them out.
And there's probably stuff they can teach you too.
Yeah, a whole heap of things. I mean, I'm so... I'm the fish out of water up there. I mean, I tried to learn how to start a fire. Yeah, we didn't eat that night. And then I was taught how to, throw a spear at a kangaroo. It was just a picture of a kangaroo. It wasn't a real kangaroo. And I couldn't do that either. And
you couldn't even kill a picture of a kangaroo.
It was about 5 metres away.
Yeah.
So it made it quite hard. But then...
A deceptively close distance.
Yes, it was. And I also realised that I can't actually survive in the bush without 6 10-year-olds out there helping me. So, I get stuck up there.
Now, there's a story in the news today I wanted to ask you about. There's an 18-month-old in the Gold Coast that can swim 4 laps of a 25-metre pool. Apparently the baby's been taking lessons since they were 6 months old or something. When is it too young to start dreaming of the Olympics? That's pretty impressive.
I think when you can't tell your mum and dad that that's your lifelong dream, I think that's a little bit too young.
But I've been taking my son to swimming lessons since he was 6 months old, and he's 2 now, and I reckon if I let go of him, he'd just go right at the bottom,
Yeah, it's odd for me, because I learned how most people in this country kind of learnt, with mum and dad in the backyard and that kind of thing, and I didn't know I wanted to be a swimmer when I was 2.
So
cute though.
If a child doesn't have the words to say, I don't want to be in the pool, isn't that borderline abuse, do you think?
I'm not going to make accusations.
I did say borderline to the lawyers who are just jumping up and down.
He's been responsible teaching the kid to swim.
No, I agree with that. Yeah. It's important that kids learn how to swim, but it's not important that they can do multiples of laps. It's just the distance to get out of the pool. That's what we're trying to teach them at a young age.
Because a baby trying to swim looks a lot like a baby trying not to drown.
Well, there's only a slight difference between the two. I mean, you're either swimming or you're drowning. It's that's the fence in the middle.
The end result is different. Let's be honest. The end result.
Well, we've all learnt a lot. Thanks for joining us, Ian. Appreciate it. That's for the show. Stick around. It is time to take a break. Lots more still to come.
Tomorrow, we say a sad farewell to Bondi, but we'll be going out with a bang. Joining us, Peter O'Brien, Amanda Keller, Father Bob, and the guys from Bondi Rescue. You're watching the 7pm Project.